What's up, guys? Gold Gaming here, back with a tank versus tank versus tank. So today I'm going to be comparing all three of the tier 10 light tanks. Both of them, of course, are the only light tanks in tier 10, and they got a lot going for them. We are going to exclude the Sheridan missile as it is only able to be used under certain circumstances, so we'll just be using these three. So just before we get into the compared tanks and stuff, I'm going to show out my loadouts. So here is the Sheridan. This is what I run. Before missile nerf, of course, it would have run caliber or the calibrated shells. Sorry, but I run gun rammer. I got the enhanced lane drive, and then of course refined gun for accuracy. I've got the improved modules. You could run defense system. That's player preference. I've got the camouflage net, as it is a light tank. Engine accelerator, consumable, toolbox, and then improved assembly. Here is my shells. Here is the provisions, of course, double coke, and then the improved fuel. And here are my consumables, as it is a long reload. I do run adrenaline. Go ahead and let's look over at the Vickers cruiser. Here is my equipment lineup. I do run gun rammer. This thing has really good penetration altogether, so you don't really need calibrated shells. Gun lane drive, refined gun, defense system, as this thing can ram. This thing is a rammer. You can do some ram damage in this thing and not take any. It's got the armor. I'm also running the improved assembly toolbox. I've got the improved optics, just to give it that extra boost. This thing does have the best view range in tier 10, so I do go and run that for the extras. It has 375 meters. Engine accelerator, and of course the consumable delivery system. Here's my ammo. This thing does have cheap hash, believe it or not. You can get 110 millimeters of pen, so you're able to get to the sides of most, or to the rear of most light tanks, medium tanks, and some heavies. Here's my provisions. Just the usual double T and improved fuel. And then here's my consumables. And then, of course, the bat chats. I do run ventilation. You could run calibrated shells, but I prefer the ventilation for all the buffs it gives. I got, of course, gun lane drive and the refined gun. You could run vertical stabilizer for the extra accuracy on the move, but I run this. Like I said, you could run either one. Got defense system, improved assembly, and toolbox. Optics, you could run camo, although it's not really needed. Of course, engine accelerator, and the consumable delivery system. And let's get on to compare tanks. So here we are in compare tanks. We got the Bat Chat, the Vickers Light, and the Sheridan. Go and roll down to the firepower departments. As you can see, the Sheridan has the best DPM, the best stats, and the best alpha. Well, the Sheridan has better alpha, but it's only 4 shots per minute. Well, yeah, 4 shots. The Bat Chat is, of course, an autoloader. It has three shots. It's 105 caliber, 105, 105, and then 152. Shell velocity is 14,000. We got 14,078, so it's a little bit better, and then 1,000 on the PCR. Going down to the gun handling, the Bat Chat has the better aim time, but the Vickers Light has the better dispersion. And then, of course, the sorry, my bad. Of course, the Sheridan has the 3.8 dispersion, so it's really, really bad. Movement, as you can see, Bat Chat is better on the move. You want to play the Bat Chat on the move, constantly moving. Never play it's like you want to play the Vickers. Go and run down to the mobility. As you can see, they have the same speed. The Sheridan is a little bit slower. The power to rate ratio is better on the Bat Chats, but for some reason but for some reason the Vickers Cruiser feels like it picks up speed a little bit quicker. I'm not sure why, but it's just something to note. And then of course there is better terrain resistance on the Vickers Cruiser. On I think it's water is what that is. You get the 0.9 on the hard terrain, 1.1 on your soft like sand, grass, and snow, and then I think the 1.5 is water. I'm not too sure. And the concealment after shots, the Vickers Cruiser has, or the Vickers Light has better better camo after shots. Crit coefficient is better on the Vickers Cruiser, which is a little bit of a surprise to be honest, and of course they all can be enriched. Now the thing I want to go ahead and note is the armor. You got 50 on the front of the Bat Chats, 30 on the sides, and 15 on the rear. If you look over the Vickers Cruisers, you can obviously see there's 152 on the front of the turrets, 88 on the sides and rear. It has armor. You can get some very troll bounces on the Vickers, as well as the Sheridan. The Sheridan is all space armor. Literally the entire thing is just space armor. So people struggle to get HE through you. It's also the same thing with the Vickers Cruiser, or the Vickers Light. Sorry. Most higher calibers do actually struggle to get HE in and actually do a full roll. So that is something to note. And let's get on to Armor Inspector. Alrighty, here we are. Here is the Sheridan, of course being shot by the Leopard 1. And as you can see, all that red around the edges, that is all the space armor. Like I said, this thing is all space armor. It is just unbelievable. Of course, the turret is not, so the turret is HEable if you have those high calibers. And then, of course, there's this spots right here on the rear that can be HE'd. I mean, as you can see, that is just space armor right there. You ain't doing any damage. You gotta aim all up in this area. Another thing to note, right off the front as well, there is this little bit right here that is also space armor. Very, very troll. You can also bounce off the fronts. If you hit in this angle like this, you're going to bounce. It's not going to do any damage because, again, that is just space armor. Of course, again, the turret can be HE'd. One thing I did forget to mention is the Sheridan does have lovely 10 degrees of gun depression, so you are able to get over those hills, but again, you're not going to bounce too much. You can get the very troll bounce on the edge of the turret where it folds over to the bottom parts, but other than that, you aren't going to do too much. Let me go ahead and move over to the modules. Oh, cool. So Wargame doesn't have any modules. Let me check and see this Sheridan missile real quick. Yeah, never mind. There's no modules for this. Sorry. So I can't show you where the ammo rack is and all that. I can go ahead and say there is possibly an ammo rack right here. It's possible, but I can't really tell you. Let's go on to the next ink. Alrighty, here is the Bat Chats. As we can see, there is a little bit of red right here. You could get the possible bounce. It's not guaranteed. And there is a little bit of space armor on the sides. Not much. You can side scrape in this thing. It is possible, but people are most likely just going to aim for that turret. This thing does have 6 degrees of gun depression as it is an oscillating turret. So that is one thing to note. Elevation is also very limited as well. Another thing to note is, again, this thing is HE'd all over the place. There is an ammo rack, I believe, right here in the back. I have heard that all people literally have to do is HE this area, right down here, and you're able to ammo rack. Let's see if, are there any modules? Do we have any modules? Yes, we do. So as you can see, there's the ammo rack right there. You hit that, you're going to detonate it. There's also the fuel tank right there. Engine is up in the front, so of course you hit this area, you're going to hit both the engines and, you know, completely disable this thing. There is also an ammo rack up in the top of the turrets. Again, I don't recommend going for that. So if you have this side of the Bat Chats, go and aim for this area right here. You're more than likely going to be able to detonate it within, you know, 2 reasonable HE shots. Although you do have some armor to get through, so probably your heat or APCR will be able to get through a little bit better, but probably stick with heats. Alrighty, here is the Vickers Light. I almost said Cruiser. As you can see off the bat, there is a gun mantlet. That gun mantlet is all space armor, so you're not going to be able to get through that. There is no chance you're going to get through. So wiggle that front around, you'll be able to generate shots. Another thing you can also notice is the sides of the turret right there do create auto bounce zones. There is armor on this turret. If you're looking down at the tank, of course, if you're moving your gun, moving the turrets, you can get some bounces up here as well. The front of it, of course, is easy pen, but if you got it angled like this, chances you're not going to be able to get through. It creates an auto bounce zone, especially on the front and lower glacis. If I can grab the gun, please. There you go. So yeah, so if you're moving this thing back and forth, another thing to note is you do get the occasional bounce off the rear. It's hilarious. See people rage. How do I bounce on a light tank? Unfortunately, there are no modules. Wargaming has posted they are slacking, so we'll just stick to this. If I will probably be doing a review on all 3 of these tanks in the future. So this is just for the content. This is going to be compared tanks. And with that said, let's get on to the 3 replays. Alrighty, first up we got Norman 1632 from the T13 TB clan, and he is in of course, the Sheridan, and we are on Humano Harbor. So if you guys haven't noticed, Norman has been showing a lot on my channel. He has become one of my helpers, I guess you could say. I ask him for a replay, he does his best to get it for me, and in this case, he's gotten me a good Sheridan replay. If you want to, do kind of the same thing as Norman here, giving me replays, let me know. Go ahead and add me on Discord and let me know if that's what you want to do. And when I need replays, I will come to you. Of course, you have the tank, that'd be great. So we go ahead and pull up to the typical medium routes. We did get a lovely shot on that Leopard 1 over there, and then the IS-7 is pulling around. I think, let's see. So he is running the gun rammer, so he has a 14-second reload. That gives him more penetration. Of course, you could run the, or not gun rammer, he's running the calibrated shells. Gun rammer gives you a 13-second reload. Not much of a difference, but hey, it does boost your DPM just a little bit. Another thing I did forget to note, the Sheridan also has the worst DPM out of the 3. I think I mentioned it. So, when you're just going for fun, getting the Sheridan for some fun, for some derpage, the HE on this thing is actually kind of disappointing. You typically low roll, or at least I have. So we unfortunately missed that heats round. Sadly, it's not missiles. And then of course we're looking for shots. The T92 over there is a problem child, so we do have to watch out for that. So we are going to pull up here and put AP round through the front. And go ahead and pull back so we don't get shots. We do have all of our hit points, so we can make those risky runs at the end of the game. We are going to go ahead and pull forward. I don't think he cares about getting shots. Go ahead and put a shot through. We do take 2 shots, which is probably not a good trade right there. But we are going to pull around. I think let's come on, switch to HE. I have not watched this replay, so we're both watching this at the same time. Go ahead and pull around and see if we get a shot on the IS-7. We're going to go ahead and focus the Leopard 1. Can we get one? There we go, 619. That was a little bit of a low roll. I don't remember the... I'll go ahead and put up on the screen right there what the average HP is, or the average for HE is. Wait, that's what I said. I'm tired, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and pull around. IS-7 has finally been taken care of. We are going to probably pull around... Oh, reset camo. Reset camo. See, I have a good feeling he's going to switch to HE and put one into the rear. There we go, 657. Damaged that turret. Unfortunately, didn't hit the ammo rack, which is a little upsetting. Then there is the waffle maker over there. Can we get another one in? 725. That was a decent roll right there. And of course, pull back so we don't get shot. We do have to worry about that waffle maker over there. He could possibly be looking this way. And as we obviously can tell, this is going to be a win. There is no doubt about it. And that is all she wrote. We did a 5.9 thousand damage. Was a well-deserved mastery. We also got the high caliber. We made 47,000 credits with the 2 kills. We're going to go over to the team. We were top leaderboard by about 3,000. I'm going to go over to the details, go to credits. He was running boosters, so that's why it was a little bit higher. This thing is not a credit maker, so he made decent credits this round. It was only 12,000, so well deserved. Let's go on to the next replay. Alrighty, the next 2 replays are from me, as I was not able to get any other replays. We are in the Bat Chat next. Now, this is a little bit of a heartbreaker. If I wasn't doing a Bat Chat replay, if I wasn't doing this, I probably would have put this into like a heartbreaking moment towards the end. It does not go in my favor. I'm not going to tell you whether we win or not. We'll let you see that. But we are going to go and pull over here. And right about here is when I realized that no one is coming over this direction, so I go ahead and turn this thing around and start moving back over towards the team. This thing, of course, is capable of picking up speeds, and or getting up to speed, as of course it is a lighting. This is supposed to have the best mobility and stuff, but I feel like it kind of lags behind the Vickers Cruiser, or the Vickers Light. Why do I keep saying Cruiser? I'm sorry. I'm going to stop right here. We are going to get a shot onto the side of the Yak Tiger. We're going to hit his track, turn him around. Going to pull back. We do take a shot, or we bounce a shot. We take one. We are going to put the last one in and go ahead and bugger off. We're going to pull around up here. Just barely get up. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Sorry. Yak Tiger right there. We are now reloaded. We are going to put a track shot in. Going to track him in place. 388 high roll. Going to put another one in to take him out for 17 damage and a kill. Pull around over here. We are going to reload the entire mag. The Sheridan is a potential, now is a potential 2 shots. I was going to say a 2 clip. We go ahead and get 1 shot in. 1 shot in. Surprisingly, it hits. Bring him down to 1 shot and then put another one in. And we are actually going to pull around and put this last one into the Progetto, I believe. I believe. I did this a couple days ago, so yeah, I'm going to get the last one in for a high roll. Now, I do want to go to mention the nice thing about the Bat Chat is if you have the crew skill loaded, the precision fire, I believe it is, every 3 shots you get the chance to activate the high roll. So that means the next shot has a low chance of getting the max roll. So if I pen all 3 shots in the clip, the next one is going to be a max roll. So here is the Heartbreaker spots. As we go and see, this Vickers Cruiser is right here. I go and put 1 shot in for 322, and then I do actually set him on fire for roughly 600 damage, and then I type right here, please give it to me, or I say mine, as I aim on a reload, right here, mine please, and then the entire team just butchers it for me. I was so mad. I could have gotten a mastery if I got that kill. That would have been a mastery. I'm not joking. It would have been. This was a 2nd class. Unfortunately, we did 3.4 thousand damage and we made 16,000 credits. I'm going to go over to the team. We were top leaderboard by a little over 1,000, and again, I had 1100 base XP, so if I would have gotten that kill, that would have put me over to a mastery. Last but not least, we are in the Vickers Cruiser, or the Vickers Light. I am so sorry. I'm gonna keep calling this. I'm sorry. We are on Normandy, as we can obviously see, and we are, of course, going to pull up to B cap. Now, I have no idea what the AMX is talking about. Not really sure. And we are going to go ahead and pull over to towards towards B cap. As again, this thing does have the best view range in tier 10. 300, or I think it's the best view range in the game at 325 with the thing. Go ahead and put a shot onto the AMX. I'm gonna try to see if we get a shot onto the E100. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but you can see as he's pulling around right now, he has the stock gun, so it means I don't have to worry about him derping me in the face for 640 damage. This Hori, this video could potentially be put into a dummies and tanks, as this Hori has given up on the game. Not to worry about the T-54, if I do go ahead and put one back into the E-100. And then the Foch, kill the whore. He was talking about the Hori, who gave up on his game. Going to go ahead and pull around next to the thing. Trying to stay behind next to the building so I don't get hit. I do go ahead and put one in. I do know that I can go ahead and assume that they're going to take out the E-100, so I'm going to go ahead and pull around and start to bully this T-54. As you can see, I do switch over to the cheap hash. I was not at an angle. If I was 90 degrees on him, I would have been able to put one in. I go to damage his ammo rack, and I do take a shot, but he is taken out by the T-62A Fearless. And then the Hori is kill these noobs. I don't know if he's talking about us. Now here's where I get lucky. He gets tracked, I put a shot in, I just barely get around, and then he's about to shoot me again, and I go ahead and put a nice round into him, set him on fire, and then he gets taken out by the AMX. Talk about luck. T-62A is going to go first. He has the HP. It is only these two tanks left, so it can get, so it can, kind of hang back, but they are auto-loaders, so you do have to be careful. The Grill is asking for help. We're going to give it to him. We're going to load up the cheap hash. We can put right into the back. 446. Set him on fire, and then, but unfortunately, do not take him out. Next AMX over here. I think they're in a platoon. Are they in a platoon? Yeah, they were. No, they weren't in a platoon. Go ahead and take him out, and that's the end of this game. Overall, we did 3.3 thousand damage. This was a second class. We also got a scout for scouting most of the enemy team. Made 21,000 credits with 1 kill. Going to go over to the team. We were not top of the leaderboard. The AMX did a decent job. From Hated, very good clan. And, yeah. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell to know if I want to upload in the future. If you want to send me any replays, please feel free to hit that link down in the description. I'll take you to my Discord server, where you can post any replays in the respective channel, as well as my Discord information will be down there. You can send me a friend request, DM me replays, and also if you want to become like a little bit of a Patreon, I guess, without the pay, I request replays, you give them to me, you'll feature on the channel almost all the time, like Norman is. If you want to do that, let me know. We'll see if we can get that set up. So the winner for this tank versus tank is going to have to be the Vickers Cruise, or the Vickers Light, if I can get the name correct. It's got the speed, it's got armor, it's got a lovely gun with that cheap hash, and it's got that troll armor. The Sheridan, of course, I am not going to choose, as I am very upset the missiles were removed. If missiles were still in the game, it might have been different, and I would also probably do a how-to missile review, but I may do that for the Sheridan missile. I don't know. I don't think I will. And then the Bat Chats, I love the Bat Chats. Don't get me wrong. The Bat Chat is decent. It's just the armor profile is what's lagging. With all the big guns, the big calibers, you want something a little more troll. The only thing reliably that you can balance with the Bat Chat is, of course, going to be that front plate if you got it angled correctly. But it's the Bat Chat 25T is nothing too special. Now, if we were to go ahead and pull up the Bat Chat 25T AP, it'd be a different story. I will save that for a review. And that about sums this video up. Until next time, we'll see you on the battlefield.